The most confusing thing that I really struggled with when I was in my burnt out and leaving corporate era was the fact that I was actually at my dream job. Because I feel like personally, I just heard a lot more stories of people being burnt out at their jobs that they hated because they didn't have a good manager, or they hated their team or their company or something like that. And although I recognize that's a horrible place to be in and arguably worse than where I was, at the same time, I feel like it makes it easier to accept that leaving your job is the right decision. But for me, on the other hand, I loved my team and I loved my company and what they stood for, and we had a great culture and I was paid well and all the things. And honestly, if you had asked me like 5 years ago to draft up my dream job, my last role would have been really damn close. So it was just really confusing because first I was like, can you even be burnt out at your dream job? Like, I thought that if you were at your dream job, I wouldn't have problems like these anymore and my life would be perfect. And then there's the potential loss that I was facing if I were to leave my job, because this role ticked so many of my boxes. And what if I never found a job that even came close to this in the future? And also, what about all the hard work that it took to get here in the first place? This felt like a very valuable and unique thing that I had accomplished, and it was really difficult to convince myself that leaving all of this behind would be the right choice in some way. But I think what I learned from the situation was a very valuable thing about myself, which is the fact that at the end of the day, the work is the most important thing to me. And it doesn't matter if everything around it is perfect. If the actual work that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis doesn't fulfill me or is at least interesting to me, I'm not going to be happy. And unfortunately, that's exactly what was missing at my last job. And I think realizing that about myself helped me feel a lot more confident in my decision to leave my job. And sitting here now, I can definitely say that that was the right choice that I should have made. So if you're in a similar spot, just know that you're not alone. And I know that it can be kind of a tough spot to be in, but I would encourage you to really reflect on your personality and how you uniquely approach work and your perspectives when it comes to work, instead of just ticking off some boxes or doing a practical pros and cons list, because I think the answer you get might be a little bit different and just something worth considering.